In the bustling town of Riverton, there once lived a young man named Edward. His life had taken a drastic turn when he inherited a vast fortune from his late father, a wealthy businessman known throughout the region. With this windfall, Edward basked in the freedom and exuberance of living a life without financial constraints. Edward's days were a whirlwind of luxury and indulgence. He frequented the finest restaurants, hosted extravagant parties, and surrounded himself with an entourage of friends. Money was never an object. It was a tool to satisfy whims and fleeting desires. Despite the pleasure-filled veneer of his lifestyle, Edward's carefree spending began to raise concerns among those who knew him. An old family friend and financial advisor, Mr. Hathaway, observed Edward's habits with a cautious eye. He often warned, wealth is not enduring unless it's managed wisely. However, Edward paid little heed to Mr. Hathaway's advice. Edward dismissed his warnings as pessimistic and irrelevant. I have enough to last a lifetime, he would often boast, oblivious to the patterns developing beneath the surface of his financial empire. As the months rolled by, whispers of Edward's declining fortune began to circulate amongst his acquaintances. The investments his father had carefully planned were being sold off to sustain the extravagant lifestyle Edward had become accustomed to. Slowly, the reserves dwindled. Then, one fateful evening, Edward found himself alone after his latest opulent gathering. He stared at the remnants of his wealth, now reduced to numbers on a financial statement. Panic struck, and he realized a sobering truth. His fortune was nearly gone. Desperate to salvage what was left, Edward reached out to Mr. Hathaway, who agreed to help him restructure his finances. Together, they devised a plan to manage the remaining assets, focusing on sustainable investments and intelligent budgeting. Through disciplined efforts and newfound humility, Edward learned the value of money beyond mere spending. It was a lesson forged from mistakes, but each step towards financial acumen became a stride towards maturity. Years later, Edward would look back at his reckless youth as a pivotal chapter in his life. Now, he lives a balanced life, using his past experiences to help others avoid the pitfalls he once faced. The tale of Edward serves as a timeless reminder that wealth, like life, is delicate and should be handled with care.